Okay, we're on what's the name of this boat?
The Hatterascal.
The Hatterascal. And where are y'all based out of?
We really don't have a home port. We travel all over. This is a Hatteras factory demo boat, and we're here to show off the boat and hopefully drum up some sales, and as well as fish the tournament and create a stir about the Hatteras new model GT boat, and hopefully win some tournaments.
Now, you travel all over the world in this boat, don't you? Where all have you been with this boat, and what all kind of fishing have you done?
I've Marlin fished. This boat itself is the brand new. They make a new one every year to show off. This one we picked up in April in North Carolina. Drove down the East Coast. We fished the Bahamas, a tournament there. Brought her around here, and then we're done. We did Alabama, and now we're in Mississippi. And when we're done here, we're heading back around the East Coast to fish North Carolina, Cape May, and a few tournaments up there.
So you're a paid professional fishing boat captain, right?
Correct.
And how many marlin do you reckon y'all put on the boats each year?
Each year, well, the difference between putting a marlin on the boat and releasing a marlin.
How many marlin do you usually catch each year?
Depending on the year, 20 to 50, depending on where we fish, where we go.
Y'all fish out of the country?
Yes, yeah, a lot.
Where all do y'all go out of the country?
The Virgin Islands, we spend a lot of time in St. Thomas, Bermuda, and a lot in the Bahamas.
Other than angling skill and luck, what else is required to catch a marlin? What do you do that you think gives your anglers the best chance to catch one?
The crew's very important. I can't stress enough how important it is that your tackle, your terminal connections are 100% and work all the time. They were putting a lot of pressure on these marlin. There's a lot of small little things that can go wrong. So I think that's huge. That's a huge advantage. And the knowledge of the captain and local knowledge where to go. And but like you said, being lucky is always a great thing to be.
What do you do as the captain of the boat once a marlin's hooked? What do you do to help get that marlin to where you can either release it or land it?
Well, while the angler's job is to keep the line tight, the captain's job is to get the boat to the marlin. These big fish, you can't just reel in with a rod and reel. It's basically means to keep the line tight and keep the tension tight so the hook doesn't fall out of the fish's mouth. At that point in time, the captain and the angler work together so he doesn't get to the fish too quick where it gets slack in the line. So nice and easy, we reverse, we back down on the fish, and then if the fish goes deep and goes straight up and down, the captain, we have tricks to change the angle of the line and try to trick the fish coming up, because we're catching 500, 700,000 pound marlin, and the 50, 80, only 100-pound line test.
So how are you tricking that fish to make him come up when he goes for the bottom?
It's an angle thing. A fish pulls in the opposite direction of the tension that they're pulling, ideally. And so if you change the angle a little bit and don't pull from straight and down, pull from a slant, the fish will pull a little bit to the left or right, whichever it might be, and then you basically, by getting away from the fish, you hope the fish wants to come up to the surface.
How do you know which side of the fish's mouth the hook's in?
You don't. You're just responding to which way the fish is going, and then just sometimes when a fish gets straight down, you will actually drive away from the fish, which is contrary to most people think, and it's great when you see the angler's face and when you say, hang on, don't do anything for a second, and we're pulling the fish, and all that line that the angler just reeled in is now going off the reel, and they're looking down like, what? I just worked so hard, got that up and down, and just lost 100 yards I just reeled in. We're like, relax, and that'll be easier to get it back in the second time.
Wow. All right, what do you do when a fish starts running to you?
That's when the angler, a good angler, knows. I always like to tell them, the fish isn't gone until we tell them it's gone. You see that on all type of fishing, where you'll have someone say, oh, I lost the fish. And you'll hear us crew say, no, keep reeling, you haven't lost a fish. These fish don't always swim right away from you. They swim to the left or right at you. And when they come right at you, sure enough, you're going to get a bunch of slack in the line and think you've lost the fish. But the angler's got to reel as fast as he can, keep that line tight. Sometimes even will run away from the fish with a boat to try to get that line tight when fish is coming at you.
So as a charter boat captain, you're trying to actually help the angler land the fish by using the boat, right?
I don't want to say as a charter boat captain, as a when you're fishing the big pelagic species of fish, the big tuna and marlin, wahoo, dolphin, You know, especially a really big marlin, you really couldn't catch them from a standstill. They would just keep going, take all your line, or you have to put enough pressure, or you break the line. So, yeah, you have to on a big blue marlin, you have to use the boat. You have to have a skilled captain driving. And I've heard stories and seen footage and seen it happen where you have a captain that's not used to or doesn't know how these fish behave, and made a few mistakes, and all it takes is one, and fish gets away.
What is it you like about marlin fishing and being a marlin boat captain?
Um, well, I said it's one of the last great adventures, I like to think. If someone had all the money in the world and came and said, okay, I want to go hunting and kill a lion on April 10th of 2013, you could do it. You could line it up. You can go find a line. You can go helicopter and keep an eye on him, have people watching him and say, okay, he's going to be right here on that day. And at 11 o'clock, you know, when you want to come here, we know exactly where he's going to be. You can't do that with marlin. All the money in the world, all the great crews, everything done right, you can go to where there are more marlin than anywhere else in the world, but you can go there and not see one, not catch one, not find one. So we don't know exactly where these fish are all the time and where they're going. It's a lot of guesswork, and it's a lot of luck.
So it's an Easter egg hunt every time you pull out, right?
Absolutely.
Sometimes you find a golden egg, and sometimes you don't. And that golden egg's a marlin, right?
That's right.
What's the biggest marlin y'all have ever caught?
732.
732 pounds.
Yeah.
Where was he caught?
That one I caught in the Bahamas. Last week we boated a 519 pounder right here, though. So there's plenty of big fish right here in the Gulf.
All right, give us your name again and the name of the boat and the name of the company you work with.
Doug Covin. The name of the boat is Hatteraskal, and it's the Hatteras 63 GT demo boat.
All right, if we want to get a hold of you personally, what's your cell phone number and how can we call you?
My number is 305-793-6823. I have a website, CaptainDougAdventures.com, and everything he needs on there.